And that means it is Loosey Goosey chime time. And for the voice of the show, we hand it over to Lee Lakin now.
Welcome once again, everybody, to the Loosey Goosey show, including the Loosey Goosey chime time.
Yes.
Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lakin, Leah Lywood behind the camera. Say hi, Leah.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome back once again for our weekly show. We love bringing it to you every single week. This week, we are brought to you by some good friends of ours opening up a location in Acton, downtown Acton. They're going to be located 18 Mill Street East, and it's the Black Rose Guitar House. And I've had the opportunity to go in and visit with Pete, and he's the owner also of Pinecone Music in Georgetown. Gorgeous guitar shop. New, used, they also repair guitars, they sell strings, picks, all the accessories that go with a guitar, pedals, all that good stuff, and it's going to be opening in the next week or so, so we're very, very happy about that, especially now, people opening a businesses with the COVID going on. You're seeing so many businesses closing. It's nice to see some new businesses opening, and we want to welcome Pete to Acton and his guitar family. Like I said, they're 18 Mill Street East, downtown Acton at 519-929-9094. Give them a call if you have any guitar needs or questions. Might even just be a question.
Of course, the owner is now a member of Lee's Garage.
Yes, he's
so is Dave the dog, by the way, who you'll see on videos in years to come.
He's already on some of the videos now.
I know.
Dave's a very, very happy dog.
We love our dogs here. We're also brought to you by Max Tires, of course, at 905-873-9255. They have the lowest prices on tires and licensed mechanics, and they're looking for a diesel mechanic at the moment. So if you need service on your car, give them a call, 905-873-9255.
And don't you forget
it. And say hi to Sean and Rob and Jamie and Smudge, of course.
Oh, gotta say hi to Smudge. Can't miss him.
Smudge has his own Facebook group now, as a matter of fact, that follow him everywhere. And it's funny, the picture on the Facebook group is just a smudge on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, times like this, I go back to my morning radio days. You never plan anything.
Oh, God, no.
Never.
The minute you do, you go so off course, you never go back to what you planned.
That's right.
It's a no-win situation. So we got lots of news this week to get through. Super excited. I see Emma Mann is back.
Yes, she's... and don't forget, folks, she was hiking across northern BC in the mountains with the grizzly bears and the black bears but of course she had guides and stuff, but she was carrying a 30-pound weight on her back through the whole thing, carrying all her stuff. She had no cell phone, no nothing, and it's all for a very worthy cause.
Yeah, definitely. Still taking donations as well.
The
it's not going to stop.
Shelter Foundation.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
And,
helping women's shelters locally in the area. So.
And check her post on Facebook. She tells you all about it, and we're going to get pictures and. Hopefully, she's tired. She must be sleeping probably for the last 48 hours.
Probably.
But as soon as she gets back on her feet, we'll get her in here and on the show. I hope.
I hope so.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I guess the main stories, we're going up in numbers. I can't figure it out. Everybody's getting vaccinated. We're going up in numbers now. 23, over 600 in Ontario for Friday now. 600 and something. This is with everybody vaccinated, by the way.
It's the new variant.
It's the new variant, and as the horror movie continues, 23 new ones in Halton region, and 10 of them in Burlington, 7 in Oakville. Milton had 4. Halton Hills had 2. And there's no numbers over the weekends. We just put a weekend report on the radio station. There's no numbers to talk about on the weekend. They don't release them. And if they do, they're not separated by municipality. So
they're also doing. They're changing the way they broadcast them out because of the variants and the people that are in ICU that are vaccinated and aren't vaccinated and blah blah blah.
We're gonna have to carry a passport around and do anything soon. But that's the main stories, I guess. Students and families will not have any way to find out if their child's teachers are vaccinated or not. Okay, this is all happening at the Halton District School Board Return to School list, and it's all in the Independent. They've got a whole list. I haven't got time to do it here now, but that's another big story. The other one, a lot of thefts in Acton.
Yeah.
What's going on? Parked car Willow Street North, 9 p.m., August 19th, gone. $5,000 theft, August 18th on Mill Street East. A bike stolen at Plaza there, Tanner's and Queen Street, in the parking lot. This is all Acton, one town. And, if you know anything about any of these instances, call Halton Police or Crime Stoppers, 905-825-477, 4747.
4747.
And a lot of stuff going on. Hang on, I'll be right with
Yeah,
you. Lee.
I know.
Mississauga man who was charged with the death of Christina and Andrew Carrick of Georgetown.
I saw a little bit about this.
2 counts of first-degree murder and arson he's up for. He will be appearing in court on September the 9th. We're following the story. You may think these stories go away, but they come back.
Oh, yeah.
And we stay on top of them. And Rick Bennett, our mayor, has sent a letter to the Prime Minister and the Premier of Ontario asking for vaccination passports. So...
we know which side of the table he's on then.
Yes. So that's what's going on there.
Now, something I kind of agree with them and I kind of don't. But you think about it, when my kids were in school, they had to have vaccination passports to be in school. Mm-hmm. They had to have certain vaccinations to be in school.
Yes, you did,
so
yes.
This has been going on for quite some time in our country. Just people seem to forget about those little things that have been part of our life.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's going to go that route. Unfortunately, because if you're going to want to travel, you're going to want to, go somewhere without your mask on, you're going to have a vaccination passport. So.
Well, you can't get into a Leaf game, you can't get into a Raptors game, or any of the MLSE, the Toronto FC, unless you are double vaccinated and can prove it.
Yep.
As of September something.
Yeah.
So, and that's just one instance. You're talking about
one entity in total. So
this
story, we talked a little bit about this story last week. The town's decision to hold off on traffic calming pilot project in Glen Williams, especially there on Wildwood, has renewed residents' call for action to fight speeding in the hamlet. Temporary traffic bollards, signs with the listed speed limit put up in the middle of the road, were installed recently on Wildwood in the Glen so the town could study their impact on vehicle speeds. But after the signs were intentionally removed by someone a couple of times, the municipality announced on social media that it will not be reinstalling the bollards or any addition to traffic calming measures on Wildwood. Instead, traffic calming efforts elsewhere will be done. My point with those bollards were, what about the plow? Going down the road, he's going to rip those suckers right out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's no different than a speed bump. I plowed for 5 years for the town of Milton, and when we would approach a speed bump, we would have to lift our blade.
But this here has really pissed off people in Glen Williams.
Oh God, yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, definitely.
It's upset them. So I'm sure it's not the last we've heard about that.
No, I'm sure we'll hear more, and we'll keep you updated as we do.
As the soap opera unfolds, ladies and gentlemen, here. And Halton Region will stay, of course, in Step 3, as we know, of the COVID-19 roadmap to reopen, and due to the Delta variant, as you were just saying, Leah. And Dr. Kieran Moore, Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health, mentioned to reporters on Tuesday that the province is not moving out of the roadmap to reopen plan in the near future, meaning current restrictions will stay in place. I guess so. The numbers are going up again.
Right. Yeah.
But so we are not changing our step number.
No, and I'm not surprised. I didn't think we would be. And like you said, numbers are going up. So
they are.
And it's bizarre because you got people vaccinated and maybe thinking that they're now they can take the risk. I'm vaccinated. I can do whatever. I can go out. I can go wherever I want.
I hate to say this, but it's the younger demo that's coming up with the numbers, and but you can see that because when we get older, we're more antisocial. We don't want to leave the living room in our pipe. You know what I mean? No, I meant pipe, old school, not that pipe. Oh, we have too much fun on this show, don't we?
That was hilarious.
Pipe. What I was trying to say was pipe and slippers, man.
Oh, okay.
Pipe and slippers, man.
House coat.
Yes, and a house
the smoking jacket.
The old smoking jacket. Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I was saying. But you twist everything around, Layton.
This is a bizarre story in a way because this has been going on for decades in this town. In the summer months, the children are out of school, and at the moment, it seems many local youth have chosen to ride around on off-road type vehicles, and a lot of them are dirt bikes, and some are wreaking havoc on town roads and town parks and local trails, according to one complaint. Something needs to be done, they mentioned, or do we have an accident or a fatality before things change? Their complaints, they have come to the conclusion that have not been listened to with a lack of proactive steps by municipal government, police, and bylaw, the person went on to say. So obviously somebody's upset somebody riding their dirt bike and that. And this isn't, I guess I can admit it now, it's 30 years ago, 40 years ago now, I guess. Well,
You're going
40.
straight to hell for this.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna
Well,
admit right
I
now.
rode my dirt bike to my girlfriend's house. I rode it to my buddy's place to go play drums. I rode my dirt bike everywhere, and I still see the kids riding around
Kids
today.
are kids. Kids are kids.
And, you know, kids are kids for one, and two, how are they wrecking roads?
Yeah, they just got to be a little bit more careful. I mean, the young lad a few years ago that got killed on a dirt bike here just down the road.
Yeah.
And they had a memorial for him there. It's gone, by the way. Why is that? They had a memorial there for him. He's a young lad, nice kid. He got killed. You just got to be careful, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just be,
It's, you know, like I said, it's
watch
boys being
stays.
boys.
Yeah, I know. And the same thing happened with snowmobiles. You see it
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. Oh God, they
And,
scream down the street.
But when I grew up, you used to go to the beer store on a snowmobile. You know? So I really don't understand that.
a few guys in town to use their lawn tractors to
That's
go to
right.
the, go to
of
the beer
course.
stores.
There's
so.
nothing more Canadian than more Actonite. Did you see all those?
That was cool, eh? The
yeah.
Acton dinner jackets.
Did you see how popular they're getting? We took a picture of downtown Acton. Everybody's wearing an Acton dinner jacket.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
How
Not
much
today, though.
influence we have.
Today's
Not
hot.
today. No, we're wearing our light. I got this off the shoulder.
I went
little
with
blue
the white
top.
beater shirt.
Not today. And I've got my Air Radio hat on, which is news, weather, sports that glues our radio stations together. But anyway, getting back to what we were talking about here. Halton Regional Police are on the lookout for a man responsible for an attack on another man in Acton. A lot of stuff going on in Acton
Yeah,
this
it's been a
week.
busy town this week.
Police state a 52-year-old Acton man reported that he was assaulted by another male when he was hit on the side of the head with brass knuckles.
Wow.
This happened right down the road, downtown Acton. The assault occurred at the location of Mill Street East and Main Street South in Acton about 11 p.m. August 14th, according to Halton Police. Both men were talking, and one thing led to another, and Buddy says, "How do you like me now?" And there you go, with the brass knuckles. I've been hit with brass knuckles, being a bouncer back in the day a couple of times. I'm telling you, it's not a nice ride.
No,
not a nice
no,
ride.
it'd be like getting hit with an aluminum bat, I would think.
Yes.
I've had that, so.
Yes. Oh, you haven't been
I
to the
feel left out. I haven't had any of these.
We can work on that. No.
No, it's okay. I like
It's
to hear
okay.
your stories much better.
Typical act tonight, though. The man suffered from minor injuries, declined an ambulance. I'm all right, buddy. Don't worry about me.
Well,
No arrest was made, but if you know anything, let the police know, because they'd like to find the brass knuckle feller.
Yeah, I guarantee.
How do you like me now?
Walk away. They probably went and had a beer with each other afterwards.
You never know. Acton's like that. Oh, every small town is like that.
Pretty much,
You know?
really, I think.
You don't see it so much in Toronto and stuff, but...
Well, you just, there's so much other crap going on in
Well, you're
Toronto,
stuck
you know.
in a town, small town with this guy. You got to go along with him
Yeah.
or her or whatever. You know what I mean?
And this has been going on a lot. 25 side road and 20 side road, another accident. Investigation on last Sunday causing some traffic shutdown sections. We just had another one today, from what I understand, a 15 side road and the old Highway 25, now Regional Road 25. Another one today. There was one there was one on Sunday or Monday. There's been 3 or 4 on Regional Road 25 now for like the last couple of weeks. It's just getting absolutely ridiculous.
It's not even snowing.
Exactly.
I know it's bad in the winter there.
It's people don't know how to judge to come out of those intersections, and 25 is getting so busy now.
Well, you know my Uncle Sid in Speyside.
Yeah.
He's got a farm on the 22nd side road, about 2 farms down on the left where the old school buses used to be.
Yep.
Right in the back there. And he's planning redneck games for Speyside later in the summer, and we're going to have office chair racing down Highway 25 Hill.
Oh my God.
It's the fastest way into Milton. So that's just one thing that's going on. But I'm letting you know that way ahead of time
Okay.
what's going on.
One game I will not be playing.
You know, office chair racing down Highway 25 hill. That'll be fun. Won't it?
I like it maneuvering behind my desk.
Yes.
Yes.
But
yeah,
highway.
I'm comfortable with it there.
We're joshing. Highway 25 is dangerous,
It has
especially when you
become-
get the bend there.
Yeah.
The bend, you know what I'm talking about. You know. We all know.
And it's
We-
funny because the people that have moved into town in the last decade, let's say, do not call it Highway 25 anymore.
No, it's Regional Road.
It's Regional Road 25.
I'm sorry, I said
but
Highway
It'll
25.
always be Highway
It'll always
25.
be Highway 25.
And what happened to Country Pete's Furniture? For God's sakes. Oh, that was gone in the 70s. wasn't it?
Yeah. Now you're really dating yourself.
I know. All right, so it's my story now?
Yeah, I guess.
My turn, folks. Halton Regional Police looking into several crimes involving vehicles in Georgetown. Now, this is a big story this week. The latest theft happened about 11 a.m. August 16th, according to Halton Regional's crime map. And police mentioned a high-end vehicle was stolen from a driveway on Davis Crescent, which is up by 10th line there
Right,
in
yeah.
Argyle. And this comes as Halton Police put out a warning to Halton Hills residents about these types of thefts, as officers say that there have been more thefts in Georgetown in recent weeks. Also, about 3 p.m. August 15th, some valuables were taken from a car outside Georgetown Marketplace, where all of the Karens and the Chads hang out, according to police. Also, sometimes between August 13th and 15th on Norton Crescent, the owner of a 2015 Jeep reported having their car keyed. I hate when that happens.
Oh, I hate that. That's
this is-
personal.
Yes.
That's personal.
Yeah, it is, yeah. And it's just, I mean, you see downtown
Childish
Georgetown.
and personal, I should say.
Yeah. I just hate seeing that. It makes me cringe. No arrests, and again, call Halton Police or Crime Stoppers for information on any of those.
Police have been busy.
Yeah.
Many rows of drugs, firearms, cash, and other articles were on display at Halton Regional Police Service headquarters. These were the fruits of Project Icarus?
Icarus.
Icarus?
I thought it was Icarus, but yeah.
And almost a year.
Here we go again. We probably all three blew it.
We
Yeah,
all failed.
I'd say it's Icarus.
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 A long operation across many jurisdictions that resulted in dozens of arrests, numerous drug trafficking and firearm charges, and the biggest drug seizure over $5 million in Halton Regional Police history. 2 Burlington residents charged in the investigation, along with others, which began last October with a single individual being looked into. The operation scope will soon get wider, with Criminal Intelligence Service Ontario, Peel Regional Police, and the Canadian Border Service Agency is getting involved as well. Also charged are people from Hamilton, Mississauga, London, Toronto, and Newmarket. So big widespread they had
That's
going
the
on.
biggest one in history they've
Yeah,
ever had.
I do believe, and that's I saw the pictures, and that was a lot of stuff, man. Like that was
Looked like the head office of the Taliban. when
Yeah,
I went
like,
into
yeah,
Halton
like
Hills,
it's-
there's guns everywhere, but good going, guys.
yeah.
Get those guns off the street.
Oh, that's yeah.
All of it
Unreal.
off the
All of
street.
it off the
Because
street.
you don't know if fentanyl or whatever's in the drugs that are sitting there.
Well, that's
either.
it too. They can be tainted as well, right? So.
Two things are solid.
Well, the school year is about to look a little more like the old days, but not all the pandemic measures have been dismissed. The Halton Catholic District School Board put forth a preview of its 2021-2022 return to school plans during a special August 17th meeting. They all got together. The new policies indicated more in-person learning and a modified return of many extracurricular activities and the continuation of course, several pandemic-related health and safety measures. And Nancy Guzzo, who studied the plan, she's an Oakville trustee, says it seems like a bit of a different year, but a little bit of the same old, same old. So we're getting back, hopefully, I don't know. Sending the kids back to school, I don't know what's
Same
going to happen.
conversation we had last,
last
August,
year, was
September,
it?
right?
Was it last year?
Yeah.
Yep.
God, see how long this has been going on? And now we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
When we
A
send
year
them back
later.
to school, what is going to happen?
Yeah, a
We
year
should go
later.
back into the archives.
Yeah,
on
really.
YouTube. We're on YouTube channel.
Well, I was funny. I was thinking about this the other day, and as I was testing out the new board and stuff and playing with things, how far we've come along. From
Oh yeah, wait till we get our blue screen.
It's with new microphone. Each stage we just seem to be
I
improving
feel
and
like
getting a
Mike
little.
Pence. I have a fly landing on me totally here.
This is how
Yeah.
real it is, people. Here's reality TV.
Exactly. The fly from Acton.
We talked about this a little bit last week, but it seems to still be going on. Halton police are warning residents about a large increase in high-end vehicle thefts in Milton and Halton Hills with vehicles that are push start. Ones that are these push start ones, and you just get in with a key fob. They can crack these things so fast and have it out of your driveway before you're even off the toilet. You know, like it's no different than them having that key fob in their pocket.
Takes less than a minute.
52 vehicles have been stolen from driveways in North Halton since the beginning of the year. 52 vehicles, with electronic car theft typically taking less than a minute to go through the overnight hours. Newer cars with keyless and push start technology are vulnerable, and they're vulnerable to this electronic theft, such as relay or programming technology has improved so much. People, you know, you want the fancy gadgets, but it comes at a cost, and this is going to affect insurance rates. So if you wonder why insurance rates are going up, it's because your car manufacturer is a tool, and they didn't put in a better system to save you from getting your car ripped off.
And these cars are gone. They're out of the country.
They're gone.
Boom.
Oh yeah, you're not
2
getting
days
them
later,
back.
you'll never see them
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Don't
stuff.
don't go looking for them because they're not here anymore. It's a big market for it. Lock your car in a safe garage that's locked properly, with a padlock. You know what I mean? Double padlock.
Well, that's sad that you have to do that with technology
But
today.
still, it's so easy to do.
you know,
It'll save your
talk
car.
about technology
What about
biting
those-
you in the butt.
What about those bars that everybody used
Well,
to
that's
put
what they're
on
gonna-
their steering wheel?
That's what
Yeah.
they're going to have to go back to.
You were saying that.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was to me on the air or off the air, but he was saying about putting a buckle on the tire.
Yeah.
You ain't going too far.
Yeah.
With a
There's
buckle.
got to be a way to prevent it from moving easily. It's
Well,
going to take them a while.
like I said, I think it was a week you were away. Is one suggestion I gave people because they do this with trailers. People that park their trailer on the side of the road or whatever. Is you go buy those big heavy duty bike locks and you feed them through the aluminum rim of the car. He isn't going to drive that car very far with that sucker on there.
What is that noise, Martha,
Oh,
outside for
the
God's
damage-
sakes? It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Will you go and have a look?
Exactly, and it'll make enough noise. It'll wake somebody up, and it'll just deter them. It'll make them go to somebody else's car that didn't do that. So, little tip,
Good idea.
little hack,
That's
as
actually
they call
a hell
it.
of a good idea. We should patent that, but somebody would rip us off.
Yeah.
Somebody would rip us off. Now, I remember pride flags were not allowed to be raised at the Halton Catholic District School Board facilities, but there will quickly be a rainbow crosswalk directly next to the board's office.
Somebody's got a great sense of humor.
The city of Burlington approved $50,000 for the installation of 3 rainbow crosswalks around the city. The 3 locations were the end of 2021 were Upper Middle Road at the M.M. Robinson School entrance, Plains Road West, and Botanical Drive. These locations have taken me back 40 years when I was FM 108 in Burlington and all these M.M. Robinson High School.
I
My
know.
God.
Tell
And
me.
they always come up here and play football against our boys. And of course, the other rainbow crosswalk is on Drury Lane outside the Halton Catholic District School Board office. So
It's
there
just
you go.
right in front of
I'm
their
just
face.
telling you the way it is, folks.
Yeah.
And
Good.
I report things the way they are.
Good. I can't believe what they're doing, and you all know what it is. We've reported on it many times, and I'm not going to go into it. So
That's a whole podcast series.
Oh,
Never
yeah.
mind anything else.
yeah,
we
and that
get
can get
into-
very heated.
Yes. Yes.
Few choice words might be coming out of Lee's mouth. That's
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
It's sad to see, but another local boy doing dynamite. Glad to see him back in Canada as well. The Vancouver Canucks have signed Jason Dickinson.
All right, buddy.
Yes, to a 3-year contract with an average yearly value of $2.65 million. The franchise made the announcement in a statement on Saturday night. The 26-year-old hometown lad from Georgetown was picked by the Dallas Stars in the first round, 26th overall in the 2013 NHL draft. I'm very proud of him back then.
Oh,
We're very
wow,
proud
man.
of him once again. The 6'2", 200-pound center has put up 63 points, 25 goals, 38 assists, and 221 NHL games with the Stars. He played 51 games with Dallas last season, putting up 7 goals and 8 assists. So way to go. Absolutely dynamite for Jason, and great for a local hometown boy doing well.
And of course, you know that I will cover all of his games. And tell you
Absolutely.
exactly
We'll
what he's
keep
doing,
you
just
on
like we
top
do.
of what's going on and every goal he gets this year.
That's right. And he's going to be on the third line, is it, in Vancouver?
I didn't say so.
You know, I'm a Leaf fan, and God help me, and God help you, and all of us. But you know,
I even
it
took the
gives
Leaf
you a
hat
little,
off and put this one on.
and
so.
it gives you a little incentive to cheer for the Canucks.
Yeah.
And as I was cheering for Dallas and Chicago, because the other kids was Chicago. Now, we're getting into some town news now. The town of Halton Hills has received a $45,000 Digital Service Squad grant to implement an additional phase of the Digital Main Street program, an integral part of the municipality's economic recovery and resiliency plan to support local businesses. Are you following me now?
No.
I know you're not. The success of the program led to a resolution by Town Council to renew and expand it. DSS supports will be available early September and run until the end of February 2022. COVID-19, this is Mayor Rick, what he said. COVID-19 has caused significant hardship for our small businesses. Agreed. Enhanced online tools are critical to assisting our businesses in interacting with their customers and to generate and maintain much needed revenue, said Mayor Rick Burnett. So that's the story on that. And are we
yeah,
done?
they were doing a lot of work at City Hall there, and just off of Maple.
They've closed the bottom parking lot
Yeah.
at the town hall. You can't even use that right now. But you can get in and out, okay. But what are they?
But just another construction zone.
Yeah. Some of the stuff coming up on the radio this weekend. We have Bill Smith, of course, 8 to midnight on the local Halton Hills radio, brought to you by Symposium, commercial-free, nonstop, new music from...
We got to get back there
8
soon.
Huh? Yes. Well, I keep talking to him on Facebook, and he ignores me totally. He ignores everybody on Facebook. Gavin.
I heard he's off.
I know.
He
I love
injured
Gavin.
himself.
Gavin's one of my buddies, but
Yeah,
he can't get
blew his
hold-
knee out or something.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Gavin, get better.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, when I was talking to the guy we threw up at Windsor there, he was telling me. So, yeah, he's
I guess
been,
Emmanuel's still there.
yeah.
And they got a great crew there.
Oh,
and,
they're dynamite.
And great food. And, you know, I mean...
That's where we should have went today.
Hopefully he got his
We
staff
should've-
hired before this all happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of places hiring right now, you know, and it's a lot of
How
restaurants.
long?
Well, that's it, because it could be a temporary thing, right? So, you know, it's pretty scary out there because we just don't know what direction we're heading in, right? You know, it's are we going into lockdown again? Are we going to see any kind of form of that again? You know, now we're going into this stupid election.
That's the dumbest thing
To me, it's Trudeau trying to save his big.
Bruce, our radio buddy, Bruce Barker, who's as sick as we are.
Barks?
Yes. He sent me a picture. He always sends me every day. He'll send me back and forth on Facebook, and he sent me this picture today of the actual Trudeau plane and the actual progressive
Yeah, I've
conservative
seen it.
plane. And I wrote him a note on the side. I said, why don't we set up a little boxing match there for charity between the two step ladders? You know what I mean, right in the middle of Pearson there. Hey, that would raise some money. But yeah, that was quite ironic that the two planes were being the same picture.
And did you see this, that the PCs are sending out envelopes so you can donate to the party? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you really kidding me?
Didn't it say invoice on the top or something?
It did, yeah.
Invoice.
Somebody thought it was an invoice of some kind, and it was.
Somebody with a smart ass idea that backfired on them.
I
Because
tell
Trudeau
you-
went right after him. The Liberals went right after him.
I tell
and
you
charged
right
them.
now,
With something
our
like that.
government is getting to be so corrupt and so.
Getting?
It's
It's
just.
just becoming more widespread
Well,
known.
that's it. Well, with technology again biting them in the ass, that you know, we see all this stuff now, whereas news before was edited.
I put
You
a
know.
little thing up on. I mean, my whole day is news, weather, sport. Like if you want to know
Live and
anything,
breathe.
ask me, and I'll tell you what the news, weather, sports is. And one thing that really bothers me is Afghanistan right now. I'm seeing those poor
Oh, yeah.
people. Can you imagine being that desperate that you're actually hanging onto a plane at Kabul airport trying
No,
that
it's
and
horrible.
falling to your death? Can you imagine that? I mean, I'm not saying we can help the entire country, but let's get those people out that that we've said that we would get out, but let's make sure they're tested before they come into the country properly.
Absolutely.
And let's do it properly, but let's get them out of there.
Take
Worst
it-
comes
take-
to worst, you know what the whole thing is?
Take 'em
funny.
to the
We had
States.
a conversation about this, a friend of mine and I. And you know what? If worst comes to worst, find somewhere you can set up like a Quonset hut type thing. It's warm enough. It's summer, like camping.
Yeah.
For the 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and set them
Yeah.
up removed until such time as
Yeah.
we're sure everybody's fine.
Absolutely.
They can come here safely, be safe, and there's no issue. There's a COVID spread.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I agree.
Another thing that upset me and was the picture that I put up there on Facebook of the lady holding the baby in the Haitian earthquake. And a few minutes before that picture that sparked me for my post was a lady on one of the telecells, one of our telecells that we run, of course, said, "Oh, I am so upset that a blue box is blown into my driveway at 5 o'clock in the afternoon."
Well, problems.
And it just, okay, it ticks you off a little bit. Move it. Maybe they're at work,
How do
lady.
you
You
get
know what I mean?
upset over
Karen,
How do you
and
get
Chad.
How do you get upset over that, though? Like,
And then you look at this poor woman with her beautiful baby sitting on this bed that's got rubble all over it because she's got nowhere else to sleep, and her neighborhood is in ruins around her.
it's destroyed. Yeah.
But this woman's blue box from next door blew into her driveway. We're lucky to live in this country, I'll tell you. We may complain about it, but
We
very-
complain about our government. We don't
Yes.
complain about our country.
Yes.
We
This-
complain about our government. So people, this election, people better really, really choose wisely.
And of course, here in Southern Ontario, we're known as the land of bad hockey as well as a bad government. But no,
Yeah.
I like the premier. I do. I must admit, I like him. I would have a beer with him.
see,
I would.
Hey, I've got a Mike Chong, sign out front of my house. I
like Mike
love
Chong.
Mike.
I like that guy a lot.
Big time. I wish he had ran as the head of the Conservative Party.
We
like
should
he
send
thought
a
about
copy
doing.
of this, Mr. Chong. We're plugging you.
Yeah.
And actually, we do like him because
We do.
he
He's
would-
great
we
guy.
did a thing at the Molsons or the
Rogers.
hockey.
The Rogers
Molsons.
hometown
I
hockey.
just blew it right there, didn't I?
I wish it was Molson's,
Yeah,
but
I wish it was. But anyway, with the crew there, and he stopped by when we were doing Halton Hits, right?
Yeah.
And he actually was very interested in what he said. Well, you guys want to get an FM antenna, blah blah blah. You can contact me, and he was really interested. And I like that. I don't know the other two that are running, or three that are running against him. I'm not saying, but I'm saying this guy is A1 in my book. I love the guy.
I've been working with Mike over the years with Halton Hits. There's just tons of events that we've gone to, charity events, all that stuff. Just a down-to-earth guy.
He's a concerned guy.
He is. And like I said, when he was talking about running for the Conservative leadership, I was behind him 110%.
Awesome.
But, being a bit smart, is that a responsibility?
You never
really
know. He
want?
might run yet.
Yeah, he may not. He may.
I've never heard a bad comment about him. For the most
No.
part, it's always been positive.
Always. Him and Ted are on it, for that matter.
Yeah.
Ted's a great guy. I've met him personally too, and he's just a fantastic guy.
Our mayor's a hoot. I mean, you
God.
got to admit.
I ran into him at the store the other day. It was so
that's
cool.
the thing I like
I said,
about
Hey, Lee,
Rick.
how you doing?
How you doing? And he knows who I am and who you are, but he knows everybody.
Yeah.
Well, he used to work with us. He used to come out and support us with the bike program. So
Yeah.
with him and Josie, we saw quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was always out there.
Well, my sisters went to school with him too, right?
And Clark,
So-
of course.
Oh, Clark, great guy.
Clark's a good guy.
Just to let people know too, Clark was posting today. Actually, I'm glad you reminded me of that. They've done an awesome job down at the beach at Fairy Lake. Get down there and cool the kids off and enjoy a beautiful swim. The water has had a perfect rating all year this summer, and it's one of the only few lakes in Halton region that has got a perfect rating. So we have the cleanest lake around.
Don't forget tomorrow night's the drive-in.
Yes, we've got the
In
drive-in
Georgetown.
at Moldmaster Sportsplex.
Yep.
going on. You know, you go in at about 7 o'clock, and as soon as it gets dark enough, they're going to start
The
playing
Robin
them.
Williams movie, right?
And it's
Jumanji?
Jumanji.
And then you stay in your cars.
Yeah.
With everything that's been going on, you're not sitting out on chairs like they typically do each year.
And because of that, I'll just say that today I'll use a Robin Williams quote from Good Morning Vietnam, one of my favorite movies.
Oh, I love that movie.
It is hotter than a snake's ass in a wagon rut.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
And believe me, it is.
And that
It
was all
is.
improv when he was doing that stuff.
I
eh?
thought he was great.
Oh, the guy was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
We should also mention the young lady that's going to university in Georgetown, Grammy's
Oh,
granddaughter.
yeah, Grammy's granddaughter
Mackenzie
that
Victoria.
collected all the electronics. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, she's collected, I think it's about 8 tons.
8 tons of electronics.
Yeah, and her
Wow.
truck's worth. Amazing job, girl. I can't see her not winning it. Like,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's such a
That
good
truck was
cause.
big.
Well, it's a great cause because not only are the electronics being refurbished to be used for people that need them,
Right.
may not be able to afford them or whatever the circumstances, but they were also keeping them out of the landfill. So all this work that she's done, it is also, there's a possibility of her winning a scholarship towards her next year at university.
That's right on, man.
So you know what?
Yeah.
Kudos to her, whether
Right
she
on.
actually gets it or not. I think she will. But good going. Thank you
How
so
much?
much.
8 tons?
And to people who donated as well.
Yes.
And,
oh,
look,
thank
and
you to
lugging
them,
that stuff
absolutely.
around in 40-degree weather.
Yeah,
You know, into a big truck. Good girl.
Wouldn't be doing it today, my friend. I can tell you
And a
that.
lot of
We'll find out
Grammys.
next week. The end of next week apparently is when she finds out, whether or not that she.
So glad we
she's in
can
the
we can
running.
help out with all these kind of things.
Yeah.
You know. Same with Emma and all of that stuff. So I want to thank our sponsor for this week, Black Rose Guitar House, located at 18 Mill Street East in Acton, and their number's 519-929-9094. They do repairs. They've got new and used equipment in there. All your pedals, your picks, your strings. Gorgeous store. Pete's done an absolutely beautiful job, and look forward to a new business here in town. So that's Black Rose Guitar House, 519-929-9094, and check them out on Facebook.
Max Tires and the lowest prices in tires. They also have licensed mechanics, and they are known as Max Tires and Auto Repairs. 905-873-9255. And of course, they're in search of a diesel mechanic at the moment. And Fred's Towing, there they are. Fred's Towing, they're in search of drivers.
We got so many hats.
Yes, we've got hat. Take off your hat. That's my whole radio gig, man, for the last 40 years. Big Daddy, take
Actual
off your hat.
haircut.
And you'll be hearing some of our characters in the weeks to come here on the program. And hello to Easy Taxi as well, of course. And hello to Jamie and Rob and Sean and Smudge, who has his own Facebook group. With a picture.
That's so scary.
Yeah, that is. I'm a member. What are you talking about? So are you. So stop it.
He's a funny guy, though.
He is.
But yeah, thanks
He's
again.
a landmark. And I'll tell you one thing.
He's
He
a
leaves his
landmark.
mark everywhere.
He does.
Everywhere he
that
goes.
he does.
He's
Hence
quite
the
a
name
guy.
Smudge. I want to thank you all for tuning in once again this week. We always have a blast bringing you these videos. It's hot as 80s out here right now. But
It's hotter than a snake's ass in a cattle, or no, in a wagon rut.
in a wagon,
A
right?
wagon rut. Sorry, you see what happens when you try and say something that one of the greats says?
greats?
You're gonna blow it. Shut up, Russ.
Thank you all for tuning in. We've had a fantastic week. I hope you enjoy your weekend. And for Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Leah Lylewood,
Pardon me. I'm just clearing my throat. Community is driven by community. You navigate, and we.
Dry.
There you go.
have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. Don't drink and drive. Catch you on the B-side.
The
Be
flip
safe.
flop. Catch you on the